Okay, I'm hoping this is back. I'm hoping this is fine. I'm hoping the stream is okay.
Pretty sure it is.
Okay, the stream can hear you, but I have no
What
clue
the
what's going
heck, dude?
on.
I did not mean to turn it up
Just
so
try to
loud.
not play it too loud in the
Yeah, I did
background of the
not
stream.
mean
But
to.
anyways, I apologize for all the stream issues that have gone on. I apologize for what's gone on, because there's been many issues today. And hopefully this gets figured out before Tier 2. There's someone not even on the grid yet. That's how far behind it is. Anyways, we're going for the lights out. Hopefully this is gonna work. I hope it does. I have no clue. But, anyways, we come for the 5 red lights here in France for the start of the Grand Prix. After a mess of a start so far, they're about to rev it up. Here we come for the lights. Here we come for the Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. We're away at France. Ben had a little bit of wheel spin, but I think that's Cart next to him, trying to take the race lead, but he can't get close enough. Right now, into turn 1, Bennett leads ahead of Cart, ahead of Communist, and ahead of Raptor. Raptor and JC Hellcat side by side. JC Hellcat around. There's cars at the back as well going around. There's a lot of damage.
Tommy Karate made
And that's a
contact with
VSC.
someone, and he spun around. Dasher also got spun around. Those two are the only two. We make it, I mean, somewhat a clean start. Nobody wrecked out on lap 1, so, I mean, props to them.
K-Boy, a 5-second penalty already for a collision with Dominant Square. You have a VSC already handed out of the race so far. Yeah, I know this stream has been something messed up right now. I do apologize for that.
It looks fine.
I know, it has messed up all the time, but I do apologize. Still under the virtual safety car. Still under this caution, you can say. And there's people at the back, trading positions right now as we go green. Fake and Bones, actually, this is for 11th. They trade spots right there, and so does Tommy Karate and NASCAR King as well. They traded spots just for a moment, but Tommy Karate is trying on Thrasher, but Bones is trying on Fake. This is into the long right-hander. Bones is going to go around the inside, but Fake weaving around.
Yeah, the gap for the lead is already getting big. What just happened? I'm at a black screen.
Wow.
Okay, fixed.
NASCAR King got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. CJ Pants has damage already from lap 1. Raptor and Hellcat made contact at turn 2. Wonder if that would cause a penalty, but Hellcat, who started on the wrong tires, that's already an issue for him already at the back. You have Squid Jr. trying on Burning Man. This is into turn 1. Burning Man stays ahead.
Yeah,
Black
Hidden
Draw is
Monster's trying to get
on
on Squid.
CJ. It's the AlphaTauri cutting the corner but getting ahead. That's Black Raw getting ahead.
And K-Boy to the inside of Fake Fury. They're side by side. And K-Boy will get the position as Fake Fury will not be able to try it back. So those two trade positions. Hooded Monster has the glitch.
Raptor on Communist as well. This is into the chicane. He can't get a move on right there, but hits the back of Communist just a little bit. But Bennett, he's pulled himself out of a 2.5 lead already. But, you know, with the mess we've had, with everything we've had, at least this race has got started underway. That's the good part about it, and hopefully that's the way things stand. Anyways, there's some interval gap glitches. I do apologize for that. There's nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can fix. But Cart, he currently sits second. He had a chance last week to win in Japan. Make sure you do invite Jano Davis, because he did lag out.
I'm doing it right now.
You see on the screen predicted pit stop strategy right now. But yeah, I do, again, apologize for all the restarts, apologize for the lag issues. CJ Pants did get a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane right there. And Bennett does set the fastest lap as well, as he completes the second lap in the race lead.
I just invited Hellcat back. Yellow flag sector 1.
That's Machine in a Bones. He spun around at turn 2. Trouble for him in the Red Bull. He was reserving this week.
As now we have a little DRS train as is about to form up. Car, Communist, Raptor, and Black Draw. Dylan is just 3 seconds, around 2 seconds actually, outside of that little train. So you got a 4-car DRS train going on right now. second on the 5th.
Communist as well. He's yet to score points finish. He's really trying to get into the points, and you have at the back. There's someone flung. Well, that was Fake Fury flung positions, but there's yellow flag. That's such a ghost yellow flag, you could say. There's not really anyone spun around right there, but Black Raw, he got himself just out of DRS right there. He's gonna have DRS this time on that front straight to try to get to this train, try to get closer to them, and try to get himself a position here.
Yeah, Dylan's trying to close in on that. He is on medium, so those mediums will start kicking in later on in this run, because I know softs wear really quickly here at this track. As right now, Communist and Raptor, those two make contact. Communist around. We're gonna stay. It's not gonna be a safety car, as I'm pretty sure. Did he hit the wall? Yeah, he did. He is winning damage.
Thrasher on Burning Man as well. Thrasher and Burning Man, they both have the DRS wide open, but Thrasher's got the overtake button. This is into turn 1. Haas on Williams. Thrasher, he goes through. Burning Man has to run a bit wide, and Thrasher takes that spot. But yeah, Raptor just straight up turned him. I mean, he just wrecked him. That's what he did. And they collide, and that's caused Raptor to fall to 4th, but that's also caused Black Raw to catch on to the 3-car DRS train that they have, and there's a yellow flag.
That's a ghost. Ghost, yellow flag, yellow.
That's a ghost.
Yellow flag, sector 1. That's. I don't know what's happening.
Communist does have. Yeah, Communist does have damage, and he's having to fend off Mr. Ian into Bones. They're in a DRS train. Here comes Bones down the inside. Communist just kind of letting these guys go by because of the fact that he has damage. And Hooded Monster does pick up a 3-second time penalty as well. He's trying on Thrasher now. This is for 7th and 8th. Hooded Monster trying on the right side of Thrasher. Just a long right-hander. Hooded Monster goes ahead.
As Car and
Thrasher on the inside. They make contact. Hooded Monster's been shoved off.
Now Burning Man's trying to pass Hooded Monster as well. As there's a lot of ghost yellow flags going on. Burning Man on the inside of Hooded Monster.
Whoa,
he's gonna get the position. As those two trade positions, Burning Man up to PA now. Hooded Monster is losing. Hooded Monster's trying to fight back on Burning Man on the straight. As Burning Man will get DRS. I don't think Hooded Monster does. Yes, he does, actually. Here comes Hooded Monster to the outside of Burning Man entering turn 1. Those two keep it clean. But now Hooded Monster stays on the outside as goes through Burning Man. As Hooded Monster will take PA back. GSR Thrasher 30-second time penalty.
These two are both trying to fight to get themselves a seat. If there's any inactive drivers, they're trying to fight.
This is
into the chicane this time, Black Raw. He's gonna go through the AlphaTauri, but he's not just clear yet. Card is trying to come back at it, but he goes into him. They collide, and Card has to go off the racetrack, and that's also gonna cause him to go down. But Burning Man gets on Hooded Monster, and JC Hellcat has returned to pit lane. No,
this is gonna allow Raptor to get into the mix for P2, as Card did not make contact with the wall, so I think he will be fine. So I mean, that just cost him a little bit of time, but he should be fine.
It's probably the damage that would be to him with losing spots and making contact with another car. That might be the damage to him. That might cause a little bit. Hooded Monster 8/10 within Burning Man. These two are on different tires. Burning Man on the mediums and Hooded Monster on the softs already as things stand.
Yeah, Dylan, he's still trying to get into the mix up there for that podium, as these medium tires will start to kick in. Sorry, now, yeah, there's a yellow flag in second. Oh, that's a glitch again. No, there's actually a yellow flag.
Hellcat's car. Yeah, it's just his car. Anyways, Hooded Monster, he does pit. That was from the 8th position as well. Not really many people running near each other. But, of course, we had earlier, before the restart happened, a safety car. Maybe, of course, we know that long right-hander does get very, well, I would say very old, but very just tough on the tires. That long right-hander and the fast right-hander, both those corners do get tough on those tires. We could possibly see those tires, the soft tires, the guys who are on softs, those tires might start to die down and die out. That's what those might do, and that might cause, of course, some issues right there.
Bennett has pulled out to a 4.4-second lead on lap 6 in this Grand Prix. As Raptor, he is 1.4 seconds down on Black Raw. He's going to try to get back in DRS range this time. It's gonna be close. I don't think it'll be enough communist as a 3-second time penalty. As we saw earlier, he made contact with Raptor and got wing damage from it.
He's going to have to try to recover to a points position. JC Hellcat, the only one out of the race. He had retired in the pit lane. So, 4-second lead again. There's another yellow flag. This time that's for the racing point. This time that's for CJ Pants. Yes, that probably is a glitch. But again, yellow flags just everywhere. It's ghost yellow flags. Yeah, they're right there. You see that turn 1, turn 2. Clearly no one's in the area to spin, but there's a yellow flag for it.
Yes, JSR Thrashers, he's going to come down the pit this time, most likely for the hards. Hards, the rest of the way is going to be questionable, to be honest.
It should be able to work,
really
but definitely these soft tires. Maybe those soft tires were getting very worn. There's yellow flags. That's ghost yellow flags at this point. But Dylan almost got himself in a DRS in between him and Cart and Burning Man and Bones as well. Bones trying on Burning Man. Remember, strict corner cutting compared to the regular corner cutting in this race last season that Tier 3 had.
Dylan would just be outside of DRS range on this straight, as now Bones on Burning Man, he will be able to get the DRS on this straight. Will Bones be able to make a move on this straight?
Bones just got to be patient here in order for things to go his way. He's got the DRS, he's got the overtake button engaged. Burning Man might just make it easy on him, and he does. Bones ahead, but cuts right in front of him.
As those two keep it clean.
NASCAR King lets CJ Pants go by. NASCAR King has Thrasher behind him as well. And there's yellow flags again. That's just the back of his seat. It's nothing. But you also have Hooded Monster who pitted, trying to get in Thrasher. Thrasher and Hooded Monster kind of in a battle. But there's yellow flags again. I don't know who that's for again. That might have been for Squid because it showed it around his area. It showed around his area that there were yellow flags. I know that's been a big glitch with this race so far already. The yellow flag. Thrasher does get by NASCAR King. The two teammates there. NASCAR King filling in for Fire King right there.
Yeah, here comes Squid trying to get on Dylan. Will not be enough entering turn 1. There 8-10 separate those two. But Squid, if he just keeps it going, he might be able to get P5 from Dylan on the next straight.
Yeah, with that being said, Squid Jr., Dylan, 7/10 between them and Burning Man, 8/10 between him and Bones. Burning Man just trying to learn what can be best for him in this race and what can be best to get him a full-time ride, because him and Hooded Monster both have attended almost every race this season, at least almost, and I know Hooded Monster's done 5 races for 5 different teams as a reserve, and Thrasher's on CG Pants. They made contact, and that's a bit of damage for Thrasher. That's got his froming a bit damaged now, and he's going to have to deal with that one.
Square does take a 3-second time penalty, but he's outside of points in 15th as of now. Now here comes Dylan. He's not going to be able to get enough on Cart this time, but Raptor, he's brought the gap down to 1.1 seconds between him and Blackraw, and that will be for P2. But now Bennett, the gap's been staying around 4.4 to 4.5 seconds between those two. The soft tires are going to be really worn right now, so I think we're going to start seeing people dive down the pits. And here comes Bennett.
Yep, Bennett. Yep, he is from the race lead. Blackraw might be one as well. Yep, be careful not to speed because Blackraw was close to speeding right there. Raptor as well. Cart going a bit wide, but he should be able to come in the pits this time as well. Yeah, we saw in Season 1 of this race, DW and the McLaren spin from the race lead because of how worn out his tires were. This game's a completely different game compared to F1 2019, but keep in mind, that's still very effective in this game. Tire wear, very effective compared to the last game. Those guys are going on the hards, who all pitted right there.
Yeah, here comes Squid on Dylan. 6'10". Squid should be in DRS range on this next straightaway. So, can Squid make an overtake for the first place right now? Squid is on hards. Hards might be the fastest tire right now over Dylan, since Dylan's on a lap old. Medium says here on the straight. DRS activated for Squid and overtake. This is going to be an easy overtake from Squid. Squid does take first place from Dylan. Can Dylan try to fight back? No, it's too big of a gap.
Bennett has just come out of the pits behind Burning Man. I think Burning Man might be a bit easy on him. There's a yellow flag there at the back. That is Dominant Square into the pit lane. But yeah, Bennett does get by Burning Man. Burning Man making it very easy on Bennett, with that being said. So Bennett does technically have the net race lead right now. Just head up Black Raw, Raptor, and then you have Cart for that net race lead. But you have Hooded Monster trying on CJ Pants. That's into the chicane. Hooded Monster, he's gonna go ahead.
CJ's gonna try to fight back on Hooded Monster. It might be just a little shy of it. Can he make a move? No, he won't. As further on down, no battling further on down now. Dylan's trying to get back on Squid on this DRS straight. Dylan did pick up a 3-second time penalty right there.
So, with that being said, 3/10 between CJ and Hooded Monster. CJ kind of running off the racetrack. Black Raw trying on Burning Man as well. He's trying to get a position. Black Raw currently sits in the net P2 position, but he's got to fight his way around the other cars to get to Bennett if he wants to have a chance for this race victory or even his first podium.
Here comes Black Raw on Burning Man right now. Won't be enough just yet.
Do so.
Which is, he's gonna think smarter of it. Yeah.
That was probably his one opportunity before the chicane and before the DRS straight, of course. And yeah, you could just tell Burning Man really kind of holding him up, but just a little bit slower than Black Raw. And those two are side by side now. Burning Man getting a little bit sideways. So does Black Raw. That was very close between them. For the race lead, though, it's just Dylan Boy and Squid Jr. who are close to one another, and these two have yet to pit. Squid in the hards, just Dylan Boy in the mediums. You know, if you were outside the top 10, you could start on whatever tire you would like. But, of course, if you were inside that top 10, you couldn't start on a different tire than what you already qualified on.
Here comes CJ on Hooded Monster.
This is into the chicane. These two are still wheel to wheel with one another. CJ Pants does pick up a penalty, but Hooded Monster does get ahead of him that time.
As the medium runners of Dylan and, well, Dylan stays out, we're bonus dropping this time, which I think they can just keep staying out for just probably around 3 more laps. Here comes Dylan on Squid. In turn 1, is he going to try it? No, he won't, which is going to be smart to not try it right there from that far back. Dylan's going to have to wait and for the next straightaway.
Raptor, who has DRS on Burning Man. Burning Man doesn't. Raptor's going to try around the outside, but Burning Man already there to commit to the corner. Just closed right there. And Raptor runs in the back of him. He's got himself damaged from that now.
Here comes Tommy Karate on...
And Raptor runs into him. Raptor goes into the corner and runs right back into Burning Man. After those two had made contact, Raptor kind of showing his frustration right there, and Burning Man does pick up a penalty.
As Bennett does pass Bones for P3, so Bennett, he is on the freshest tire. No dominant squares on the, no M&K boy. Well, Bennett is one of the fastest on the fresher tires right now, as he's gonna try to run down Dylan and Squid. But will Dylan? Oh my.
I hear you. It's been one of those days, especially for Tier 3, of course, with the restarts. I know. I feel the same exact way. I could be commentating so much better, but I know, right? I feel the same way. But Dylan and Squid, they are 2-5, whatever it is now with this interval gap, apart from one another. Dylan will be definitely pitting before Squid, but Squid might be trying to go hards to softs. The reverse strategy from what originally that he would try, and Bones does pit. He's going to go mediums to hards, it looks like here.
The hard strategy just popped up on my screen from lap 12 to 15, which, I mean, softs cannot make it 10 laps. Well, they can, but they're going to be really worn. So if Squid wants to try to soft... Oh, I'm done right now. Taking a break.
And yeah, I see SimSeed commenting on the stuff from Raptor. Yeah, that did look like retaliation. That'll definitely be looked at because, you know, retaliation is strictly penalized and that's not allowed. And yeah, that did look like a bit of retaliation. Burning Man is having to fix his wing because of that. Because of the incident with him and Raptor at turn 3 that was. So that's not good for him.
As here comes Dylan on Squid. Won't be enough entering the next turn. So those two are going to ride behind each other for another lap most likely. Bennett has closed the gap from 8 seconds to 6.8 between him and Dylan, as that's a ghost yellow, isn't it? Yes, it is.
I mean, K-Boy, I think, lagged out of the session. You might need to re-invite him.
I invited him one time already. I'll invite him again, though. Unless he just didn't get it.
Yeah, so from the night race lead, it's 4 seconds between Black Raw and Bennett. You have Raptor behind there as well, but keep in mind, Raptor did have, I don't know if he still does, well, yes, he does. It does have damage right there, because of the incident with him and Burning Man. Now, Retaliation, I don't know if you saw the incident between them. It was a bit like Ditto and Bones last season. If you remember back to that race, Davis, I know you didn't race that race. That's when you were in Tier 3. I know you didn't compete in that race, but you may have watched it back because you have Dylan Boy win that race. The thing is, it was kind of similar to that, but this time it was at turn 3, not turn 4, and because of that, CJ Pants does go to pit. Yeah, but because of that though, it did cause damage to Ditto and Bones at that time. And it did involve a bit of controversy, of course, which in fact it looks similar, where Raptor just went in there and pushed him off the track. And there's a yellow flag. That's Tommy Karate actually out of the race. That might be in the pit lane. Yeah, that might be.
No, it's on track.
That's on.
He paused his game and did it.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure there's a rule about that.
Let's not cause any safety car at all. But yeah. And now I can hear game volume. Wow.
Wait, what?
Now I can hear game volume, I said. Because I couldn't hear game volume before for some reason. I don't know why. But, yeah, Tommy Karate's left the session. That's 2 DNFs in this race. I don't know what's going on there. But, yeah, he's paused the game and retired on track. That's a bit dangerous, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it was a rule last season. I am pretty sure it's in effect this season, too, about just doing that. If you have to go somewhere, you have to do it in pits, not just do it in the middle of the track, and, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, K-Boy a lap down. 2 laps down, wow. And with the way things stand, I just want to look at the back of the field, because there's been people not talked about much. Square and tore up softs. He's had damage at the start of the race, if I'm correct. Not so good start for him. He's trying to gain a NASCAR King, and trying to get a position on him. CJ and Thrasher, they're also close to one another. That's the closest gap between anyone on the racetrack. And then you have as well, Fake, Fiery, who's pitted as well. There's another yellow flag that's, you run out of time of it, down the square. But it's a ghost yellow flag, because it's F1 2020. Anyway, you also have as well, Bones, who runs currently, 6th as things stand. This is the track last season that he probably had a shot for a podium, and he's yet to have a podium in this league. But, as things stand, he easily could get a podium, if a safety car does come out at any point, really. With these yellow flags, the game could glitch. We could see someone crash. We have a 3 pack of cars, with Fake, Thrasher, and CJ. We're all running close to one another. We could see a safety car. It's very likely, but you know, you don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah, there's a lot of glitches in this game. I mean, CJ has the glitch right now. I don't know what we call it a glitch, to be honest. Yeah.
That one?
I hate that glitch.
Fake letting Fiery by? No, that's not how it's said. Thrasher getting let by Fake, and yes, CJ gets let by as well. He did that very safely, I would say as well. So position trade between them, and for Fake, it was really a last-minute deal. He got this game. I think it was yesterday. And
he's
now
played
he's kind of got
though.
himself. Well, yeah, he played 2019, but he got this game yesterday. This game's completely different from 2019, and he's sitting here running pretty decently, at least. No damage, no problems so far. For a guy who was making his first start in F1 League Racing, that's pretty good for him. And yeah, Square and NASCAR King, they were close to one another. They stay far apart now, because Square is past... I want to call him Fire King, but like, I know I can. And then Burning Man as well. Burning Man's actually retired in the pit lane right there. So he's out, but whatever's going on to him, I think it may have been because of these restarts. He may have had to go, and now he's retired. But because of that, that's a double Williams DNF.
Yeah, the closest gap on the track is 4/10. Everything else is a second on back, so... Actually, it is 4/10. Yeah, everybody's pretty spread out. Yeah, I see that.
Which is interesting to bring up, is just Dylan Boy does pick up a penalty. I think we should do a penalty check here.
Yep.
Oh, that was. I just saw that from Square's point of view. I think you guys saw that as well. That was close between Burning Man's glitched car and, of course, yeah, and MK Boy is glitched up to 8th now. Nice. But Squid Jr. does pit from the race lead. He is going on to the medium tires. He's gonna go hards to mediums. Interesting strategy call from him right there.
Bennett, he does have 2 warnings and Squid has nothing, so if Squid can make his way back to the front, Bennett just gets that 3rd warning, maybe. Black Doral has a penalty plus 2 warnings, Raptor. Penalty plus 2
Let me
warnings.
check the warnings for Bennett. Let me check the warnings, because I know... Ooh, it shows pit stops now? Oh, okay, well I didn't know it does that. That's
Oh
something
yeah, I
new to
saw
this
that
F1
too.
game. Yeah.
It says
I
if
didn't even
they
notice
get a
that.
repair too. And how long it
Wait,
is.
really?
Yeah, it says
Oh,
repairs
wow,
front wing.
this is cool.
I
Wow,
thought I was
I didn't even
just
notice that.
late on them.
See, this is, yeah, how far behind I am in this F1 game. I only commentate at this point, but, lap 6 and 8 it was for Bennett. Bennett got a warning for exceeding track limits. Yeah, he's been really near no one, so all these bricks for
Squid
exceeding
passed
track
his
limits.
car easily.
No, of course I missed that. Now
Yeah,
King
just...
picks up a penalty as well. That's 9 seconds added on this time now. CJ was close to Thrasher, but now this is Communist, Thrasher, and CJ. All for points position. Totem Monster does pick up a penalty as well.
Here comes Thrasher on the McLaren of Communist right now. He should be able to make a move on the straight. Thrasher just get a little sideways as his back end stepped out. Here comes Thrasher to the outside of Communist. It's gonna be an easy move by Thrasher. Now can CJ also get by Communist on the backstretch chicane? He's gonna try it. Here he goes. As he dives it down.
Down the inside,
wow.
yeah. Very aggressive from him because he's gotten into the side of Communist, got into his front wing a little bit, but I don't think that's caused any damage whatsoever. So that should be fine, and I think they're good to go. But yeah, Communist did have damage though earlier. That was from the contact with Raptor. I don't think that was repaired. He spent on 10 lap mediums, so yeah, that's where that comes from. Unless he got that from somewhere else, but yeah, he runs wide there at what's that corner? Long right hander? Wow. I'm so
I don't know my
stupid.
corners.
I know. I feel the same.
CJ gaining on Thrasher. He will be in DRS range on this front stretch. And CJ, he won't be able to make a move entering 1, but maybe on the back stretch he can. Is there any battles going on besides that? No, it's just CJ and Thrasher.
Let me just kind of go to the pit stops. I'm looking at, yeah, so Squares had to repair his wing 3 times already in this race, so he's had trouble. That's why he, people who cheer for Square and watch his tier 3 races because of him. If that's the case, that's why he's down there in 16th place, because of all the trouble he's had. And yeah, CJ Pants picks up in 3 seconds. Bones picked up 1 just not too long ago. CJ Pants gaining on Thrasher. This is for 10th place. This is for a points position. CJ Pants has the overtake button engaged, but he barely has any ERS available. And he's got the DRS. This is into the chicane now on this back straight. Thrasher stays ahead. Good defending by Thrasher. Look right here. This is now to the fast right-hander and the long right-hander. CJ cannot get the move done. He was just so close to getting next to him, but could not do so. And Black Draw picks up his first penalty of the race as well.
Yeah, maybe CJ can try to get him on in the DRS straight, which he most likely can if he just does not make any mistakes. Right now, 6.4 second lead for Bennett right now. I mean, yeah, I say you can call this race kind of domination right now. Dominating Bennett has been this race. Pretty sure
Yeah,
Dylan led every lap last year, right? Pretty sure. Last season.
Yeah. So, well, no, didn't lead every lap, but like dominated by the gap Bennett is right now. And everyone was like, oh, well, he should go to tier 2. Oh, well, you know, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I didn't agree with that at the time, and I don't agree with it still about Dylan. But I don't agree with it about Bennett if anyone says the same thing. Now, is he definitely a tier 2 candidate?
Yeah.
At least next season? Maybe, yeah. But is he ready for tier 2? No. I don't think so at all.
I wasn't ready for tier 2.
I think for the tier placements, there was a few people I was wanting to change, but they were all reserves whenever I wanted to change the tier placement stuff. They were all reserves. But I don't think there's anyone right now that needs to be changed to tier.
Yeah,
Hooded
like Monster.
Yeah, I see the gap now. But
Whoa!
I was... Okay then. let him go. I don't know. But anyway, no. The thing is, whenever it was last season, um, we had people coming to your tier, Davis. Whenever the Chevy Giant stuff happened, we had Dada Lucas, Luke B, Patriot got demoted down for a little while. You know, so we had stuff go on mid-season. We might have the same thing again, where people go to tier 3.
Yeah, Davis.
But of course, it's different. Yeah, Davis. Okay, Davis. Yeah,
Imagine.
yeah.
Closest gap on the racetrack right now is 5/10, and that's still CJ and Thrasher. CJ has not been able to make a move on him yet. Those two have been riding with each other for like I think 5 laps now.
This has probably been the most boring race in tier 3 this season. This has been a dead race. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'll tell you my honest opinion when it's a dead race and when it's not a dead race. But today has just been a boring race, and I can see why. Let me check the weather though for tier 2 in a little while, because tier 2 should be coming on in just a little while. Circuit. Wow, I can't even type circuit right. All required for weather.
8 p.m. partly cloudy. It's gonna be, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like partly cloudy, mostly sunny, whatever that might be, according to game standards. But yeah,
Partly cloudy the whole race. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. The thunderstorms do be looking scary at 1 a.m. though. But yeah, here comes CJ Pants on Thrash. He's gonna dive far down the inside, but he's gonna go from a long way back, and he has to cut the chicane. Yeah, has to take evasive action right there.
Yeah, I can. My dad texted me, and I'm kind of an hour late on texting him back. So whoops. Now it's the second between CJ and Thrasher. Wow, there's no battles going on the track really. We need a safety car, to be honest. I wouldn't mind seeing one.
Pitting. He's gonna go to probably the soft tires to the end of this race. But yeah, 8 seconds between the race lead. It's been a complete domination from Bennett. Definitely well-deserved win. If anyone says it's not, then I don't agree with you. But Raptor's actually getting DRS off his teammate here, Square. And Communist 5-second penalty frames for speeding in the pit lane. I think these guys are going to go softs now to the end. This puts CJ Pants Thrasher. Both of them are in points positions, but I would not be surprised if there is some sort of glitch with MK Boy at the end of the race, with a timing glitch. I would not be surprised at all. So just be aware of that by the end of this race. But to keep people in mind, Black Raw, even though he has a penalty, he's not really near anyone. And this is the first time he's running into podium position. Today could be his first podium in this league.
Probably just cursed him.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to say something about
that
Thrasher. I want to say something about Thrasher, but I don't want to curse my own driver, my team owner.
Well, we'll just say he could get points. Well, I'll just say this: he can get points possibly for the first time. Hey, if there's anyone to be cursed, you know, have me be the one to, you know, curse him. I'll be damn sure I'll be the one. But no, Thrasher is looking for his first points of the season. Hopefully he can get it. Let's put it that way. Yeah, because he's currently running 9th. This is the track where tier 2 last season he DNF'd on the first lap. In fact, he was gone out of the race in the first lap. That's his issues last season. But what I find interesting, and I want to keep people in mind for, is that Kagoda was possibly talking about a replacement for Mercedes for the team in the kart. He was saying, "Hey, well, Crucial Oyster." He didn't respond to me. He didn't tell me. I asked him 3 times if he was gonna show up or not. On there, whoa, that was a near collision between Hooded Monster and Hissy. That was very close between one another. But no, what I bring up is that you know, I find it I find it to the point where
that's
Monster
intense.
That is intense. Why not a safety car? But no,
know, right?
The thing is, Kagoda was talking about possibly replacing the second Mercedes driver, their teammate car. Hooded Monster could be someone like that. So could Burning Man. They're very good with attendance. Their pace may not be extremely good, but it's still worth giving them a drive. It's still worth having 2 drivers there at both races, because you have Fake Fiery, who actually runs 12th ahead of some people right now. Has kept his car very clean, as it seems so far. Had no problems, and he's running right now in the 12th position. So that's for a first F1 start. That's very good. for a first F1 League racing star. That's good for him. But you also have Bones, who's catching on to Cart. This is for P5 now. Cart's going on to AI. That's not going to work well into the corner. Bones is having to be extra careful into this corner. He realizes it, and now Cart's got himself out of AI. But yeah, this is the only battle really on the racetrack.
Yeah, they're both equal pins. They both have 2 penalties, so it's an equal battle for you to. Oh, and Bones did hit the back of Car a little. Almost thought it was gonna spin him, to be honest. But this is a battle for the top 5 position, so P5. Bones, can he get Cart on the straight? They both have 6 seconds of time penalty, so it's a equal playing field.
Squid on Raptor. This is into the chicane. This is for a podium spot. Squid does go through. He is ahead of Raptor. Hissy takes the fastest line, but here comes Bones around the outside of Cart at the chicane. Bones, he goes through around the outside.
Can Cart get him back?
He's trying to fight back at it. This is into the fast right or the fast right hander. They're wheel to wheel now. Bones around the outside. Cart down the inside. He goes through.
Most exciting thing all race. I know.
Finally some battling. Yay. Yay.
Now we have to hope Bones gets him back.
I just want to keep in mind with people, Raptor was involved in an incident with Burning Man earlier this race. That did cause him damage, but keep in mind, I want to just keep people in mind about this. There was retaliation. And funnily enough, it was between Square's team and Axe's team. Those two live in the same house, so probably won't go over too well if they talk about it. But no, the thing is with that,
Bones is turning one on
Cart now. They're wheel to wheel. This may not work, but Bones, he's trying far around the outside. They're wheel to wheel again, and Cart stays ahead. Yeah, but why I say Raptor? Yeah, well, he retaliated. It's because if he does get a penalty post race, if Cart or Bones are in a big enough gap, or close enough gap to them, Bones or Cart could possibly take that position for 4th. And I know Squid, may have a penalty or so, and Raptor might not, or whatever the case might be. And Raptor might not get a podium, but Bones, he's trying to dive around the inside, around a far way back, and he's going to go through. Bones goes ahead. That was a far, long way back. But Cart, he's trying to challenge back at it again with the overtake button engaged. Around the inside. This is around the fast right-hander. They're going wheel to wheel again. Oh, that was close between those two, and Cart gets ahead again. These two battling immensely insane.
CJ has brought the gap down back to 4/10 on Thrasher. Those two's been with each other for a long time this race. Can CJ try to get 9th place in this Grand Prix? Let me go check penalties. Thrasher has a penalty. CJ has... Oh my gosh. Penalty. 5 seconds.
So, Issy might be able to take a point out of this with the way things look. But Bones, he's trying again on Cart. He's going to go from a long way back again, but they're wheel to wheel. He cannot keep it around the left side, but Cart goes ahead again.
Bones, I don't think you should send it right here. It's a good thing he didn't, and that would have resulted bad. Someone does want your Discord, by the way.
Yeah, I see that. Bones did get in the back of Cart again, but he's trying around the right-hander. They get sideways, but Cart keeps the head, and Bones was really trying to dive back down the inside. You could just tell how frustrated Bones is really getting here with him trying to go down the inside of Cart, and Cart being very aggressive and not wanting to give the place up, but Bones goes ahead of Cart this time with the help of DRS, but will Cart be able to come back at him? Again, he's been able to do it 2-3 times now. Will he be able to do it a 4th time? And I don't think he's close enough this time.
No, he's not. Here comes CJ Pants on Thrasher. Then again, CJ has, I think, 9 seconds of penalties. Should be able to get Thrasher on this DRS straight. Might be just a little bit shy, which he will be. He's not going to be able to make a move entering the backstretch chicane. Now here comes Hissy trying to close it on that battle. He is on softs, and softs are the fastest tire right now. So can Hissy take a P? Can Hissy take P10 out of this? Let me check Hissy's pins. Yeah.
Or even P9. No, here comes CJ on Thrasher this time as well. CJ is going down the inside of Thrasher. This is at the fast right-hander. Gets ahead, but they're still side by side again. It's CJ ahead. This is allowing to happen. This is allowing Hissy to be able to catch up and be able to get close enough to these guys to battle. And Cart, yeah, he's just not close enough to Bones, but Bones as a reserve, stays in 5th, and Cart does pick up a 3-second time penalty from that.
Yeah, and that's gonna affect the battle between Bones and Card. So now Bones, I mean, if he keeps it clean, he can take P5 out of this. Like you said, maybe a P4 because of the retaliate. Oh my god.
English.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tell me about it.
What a
Thrasher,
bad day.
just be aware of this. I don't know if he just got DRS there or what happened, but there's a possibility that his DRS might be stuck close or stuck open because it wasn't enabled on that front straight from what it looked like, unless he was braking at that point, because I saw it just late into the corner. So that may have been the case, that may have not been, but keep that in mind. Just Dylan Boy, he's caught a previous France winner. Not so good racer him so far, but hey, he's caught up to this battle, and he's caught up to Cart and Bones as things stand, so they're pretty close. Hissy, CJ, Thrasher, this is still a battle for points positions. Thrasher's fallen out of that spot right now, but keep in mind, CJ does have the 9 seconds of penalties, which does not help his case whatsoever.
Yeah, and I feel like we might have just jinxed Thrasher, so, uh-oh. Hope Thrasher doesn't lose them. Please don't, I don't want him to be mad. Here comes Sissy
Blame
on
me
CJ.
for that, but anyway. Yeah, you gotta blame me for that one, man. But Hissy is still trailing on CJ. They reach 2 laps to go this time as Bennett leads the Grand Prix.
We have a 3-car battle for P5. Here comes Dylan. He's in DRS range.
Yeah, he's definitely close enough. Cart running off the racetrack, just exceeding the track limits, trying to stay with Bones. But let's check the penalties from these 3 guys.
Penalty from Dylan. Penalty. Wow,
Bones,
9
2
seconds.
penalties.
9 seconds for
Cart,
Dylan.
3 penalties. Yeah,
Yep.
these guys have
So
like 2,
Cart and
3,
Dylan are
3
equal.
penalties.
Dylan, oh, here
Hissy
comes
on CJ.
Sissy.
And this is for 9th. Hissy's got a head for now. And yeah, it looks so far so fine for Hissy to take another points finish for him. And now it's Cart trying on Bones down the inside of the chicane. He's trying to go through, but not leaving much space right there. So the chicane. Dylan trying to take 2.
Dylan.
He's done so.
Now Dylan
What
needs
an
to try to
amazing
get 3
move by
second
Dylan.
on Bones. He needs to try to get 3. Oh, and Cart does hit the back of Bones. Cart. Oh, he couldn't
Around
save it.
into the barrier. He flies into the wall, and he's out of the race. On the
Second week in
final
a
lap
row,
of the
he's been
race. Flying into the wall, and he just had another race where he cost himself a chance at a decent position, and so far it's just not going so well for him. He looked like he had a podium going last week, but then it just was ruined, and then this week it looked like a top 5 going, but now that's been over, and this might allow Thrasher to take a point, Davis.
Oh, thank God. Nobody jinxed them.
Atlantis asks, will Davis ever win a Tier 2 race? Will you?
I mean...
Bones at turn 1. This is on Dylan. They're wheel to wheel, and Dylan... go ahead.
Well, you see, my game decided my wheel flew off last week, so, I mean, I don't know. I have a shot for points this week, but my game will probably crash again like it did last week. If if he gets a point somehow, what a ride this would be for him.
Yeah, Davis, he uses, a pad to race, by the way, just to the person asking in chat. But now Dylan is coming on. Bones down the inside at the chicane this time. Dylan trying to really go through, but it was from a decent way back, and he was just trying enough, and he just was not close enough. But Bennett, he's going to come around the fallen corner this time. A domination race for him. He's dominated this one. Just like he kind of did at Bahrain, but didn't win that race. He dominated China, but Bennett, he comes home to take the victory here at France. He's a repeat winner this season. He gets the 2nd win from McLaren, but Dylan, he's also trying on Bones and NASCAR King as well. He's getting lapped right there, but Bones and just Dylan Boy. I think it's going to be Bones ahead of Dylan Boy, but Black Raw, who had some penalties, does go home in 2nd. He's on the podium for the first time, and Squid just closed off his teammate. It's an AlphaTauri podium. Double podium.
Pretty sure that also happened at China Tier 2. So AlphaTauri must be having a lot of momentum. Bones will take P5, Dylan P6, M&K. I don't think penalties will affect M&K since he's 12 seconds behind, besides with Hissy. M&K, he's gonna go P7. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that too. Here comes Hissy now. Hissy did take points after I think he went to pin P13. Now can he maybe take P7? I doubt it, but stays PA,
Close,
CJ,
but yeah,
P9.
I think Thrasher might here.
Thrasher gets
Oh yeah,
points.
there you go. So close to cursing him, but of course
Oh my
card goes
god.
out. And how about Fake Fury? First F1 league race for him. NASCAR King as well. First league race for him. NASCAR King had some trouble reserving for Fire King today, but how about Fake Fury? He kept his car out of trouble, didn't have any issues, but he's gonna come home to take 11th. Not bad result for him.
One
Unless he
position out
keeps
of
it up for
points.
penalties. Yeah, just so close.
He kept it.
Not too bad for him. That's good for him. And Communist again, his point streak just so close to points this time again for Communist. He definitely should have had it today. You can definitely say that. Yeah, I just invited Bennett. I'm only gonna invite Bennett because of the time we have to tier 2. Yeah, we definitely need this up lobby. And yeah, Thrasher says points. Yeah, there you go. That's a point for him. And yeah, Bennett does join us in the commentary booth. What a mess that was at the start with restarts, but hey, it's a domination win. 17 seconds. Oh my god. Wow.
Like 17.
Oh my lord. 17 seconds it looks like. Yeah. Well, Davis, you may as well start with your questions for Bennett.
To be honest, I don't have any questions besides, I mean, congrats on the win, and, congrats on, I think y'all might take Constructors lead, actually. Yeah, y'all will take the Constructors lead.
Yeah, just about.
I was just gonna ask, though, I may as well ask now. Dominated this race, 17-second win. I mean, penalties did play a part in that, but, just you were on cruise control. It kind of explained this race, it kind of explained your championship lead you have now.
Well, yeah, that gives me an advantage over Raptor, doesn't it? And I knew one stops are the best way to go about things, really. And if I managed the softs, which with the restart, that helped. But yeah, overall, just had to keep it consistent.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just looking at this. Squid 17th to 3rd. I didn't even notice that as well. I apologize for missing that.
Squid picked for mediums, and I thought he would have been
yeah,
but I didn't.
Hards to mediums. I was surprised he didn't go Haas.
Goes
Nice.
to softs.
Hards to softs. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't say that. But yeah, I was just gonna ask as well. We head next week to Austria, a track where it looks to be more even with everyone else.
Yeah.
Do you expect more competition there? Because you kind of won by 17 seconds today. I mean, not really much competition for you, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a completely different track. It's easier to, if you get a better launch, you get a better start. There, it's gonna, yeah.
Just a question about the combined constructors as well. I know I bring up constructors. I know Davis brought that up with the constructors battle. More and more, you guys help out the combined constructors with these type of results. How is Communist gonna get better with this type of stuff?
I don't know.
I know he's had some bad luck. I know he got crushed by Raptor. I know that happened. That incident is already under review itself. The incident with Raptor and Burning Man is already under review. Raptor had the contact with him, so I'm gonna ask how much does Communist need to play into this part of the team? Because you know, he's yet to have a points finish and he's had a lot of bad luck. So how do you both help this team in tier 3?
Yeah, he's getting there. It's just he's improved in qualifying. You can see he's getting top 5 every time, but yeah, he just don't seem to can't get any luck in the races. Because he was qualifying like at the top 10 in the first few, but he's actually got hold of it and started getting good qualifying. But yeah, he just can't get the results in the race, but I'm sure he'll get a point soon.
Yeah, you guys have done well with the qualifyings. I mean, you guys have qualified up front, but of course, I'm gonna ask about the championship battle. You extend the championship lead by again a lot today.
Yeah.
With your rivals, Raptor, Dylan Boy, not having the best races, being involved in certain incidents, and as well as Hellcat, who retired. What would you say about this championship battle that you got now? It's not really much of a battle anymore, but it's how much you can pull away. I mean,
it depends. Like, if I get one retirement and Raptor, Dylan, and a few others get a good, like one of them takes a win, I'm sure like they'll be back in it. But yeah, I've just got to keep getting points, even if it's 5th, 6th on some races. It
It's
doesn't
not
go my way
over.
if I get points. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
It
we
Yeah,
ain't
got
over
6
till it's
races
over.
in.
You know, if he DNFs every race, you know, what's his name? Chevy, whatever his last name is, Chevy something. Yeah, he had a 60-point lead and didn't show up, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
we know how that
that's
one
true.
went.
Cause last season in Tier 3, Chevy Giant had the big points lead and then started not really showing up to the next two races. And Davis won two of those two races, and got himself 17 points behind, and then in the championship contention when it looked like it was gonna be over at that point. So it ain't over till it's over. You don't know what could happen. Of course, you know, we'll see what happens next week in Austria, it looks like.
Yeah.
Anyways, may as well get Tier 2 lobby started and Tier 2 stuff going and running because Tier 2's got to start. We are behind the schedule. I do apologize. So, of course, weather stays the same from what it was going to be at 2 o'clock, 7 Eastern, 8 France time. But,
Good job.
yeah. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be drawn for Tier
Sweet,
2. But
look
yeah,
at
it
that.
should be interesting. Congrats on the win to Bennett. And
Yeah,
yeah,
cheers.
make sure you tune in to Tier 2 that is coming up soon. We'll see you guys next week for Tier 3 Austria as well. But make sure you tune in to Tier 2. We'll see you then.